So let's stop
Especially
blaming
when
men and thinking men
when
can't
they
keep
approaching
anybody.
30, you know they just looking for a warm body.
Well,
Say that again, Hirsch.
When they approaching 30, they just looking for a warm body at that point.
Ooh, that's because they done did all the messing up.
Boy,
They done did all the. They done did all the messing up. See, man, Kevin Samuels was trying to tell him. He was trying to tell him. No, that ain't nasty. He told the truth.
Welcome back to the Uncultured Root Podcast. I'm host 17.
Podcast.
Listen, don't start with me, dog. Don't start.
Your man.
Right out the gate. Just do the damn intro, man.
And it's your man G Fly. Where to throw my babies?
That shit was terrible.
You want to do it again?
No.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Y'all gonna get what y'all... Oh, it's over. Y'all gonna get what y'all get.
Let's do it in chapter reverse.
No,
I go first. Hers, you go second. Let him go third.
Nah, it's good. What's up, audience? How y'all feeling, man? Men and women and whoever choose to watch. How y'all week been?
It's been weekend.
Yeah, it was a long one.
Yeah.
Ready for this next week be short with Thanksgiving and everything. So I'm looking forward to that.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. We should still be able to kick out an episode. Notice I said we should be able to still kick out an episode. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how everything go.
Yeah.
But anyway. All right, let's get straight to the culture.
We got to liven up, man. I hope people don't fall asleep on this first 10 minutes of the episode.
I mean, yeah, it's okay. That's good. That's good. As it go on, I'll get into character because I'm a little tired. So, we're recording on a day we don't usually record for various unforeseen reasons. But Kendrick dropped a surprise album today.
Hey, I ain't even hear it yet.
I didn't hear
it. I
didn't get a chance to listen.
I know C put it in a group chat that he dropped. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was preoccupied doing other things.
Watching your eyelids.
Huh?
Watching your eyelids.
Hey, man. The audience don't need to know all that. Empire actor how you spell his name? Jussie Smollett. Conviction is overturned.
Conviction is overturned. I thought he already didn't he already do some time or something for that?
I can't honestly say I kept up with it.
Yeah.
I just saw the headline saying Jussie Smollett. I guess I hope I'm not butchering his name.
I don't think that's his name. That's his name? Is it?
Jussie. I know Dave Chappelle called him Juicy, but I'm like,
Jussie Smollett. It ain't Jesse or something.
I think it's like
Jesse Smollett. Okay, yeah. Jesse. Okay, Jesse Smollett.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to butcher his name. It's just everybody know who he is.
Don't go to jail with a name like Juicy.
Well, that's up his alley. So you fit right in.
Pause.
Yep.
Pause.
There you go. All types of pause, stop, no reverse, don't turn back. Oh boy. And finally RIP Saphir. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really know much about him, honestly. I'll admit that.
Yeah. I just know I heard about him. I didn't hear his music like that. But I heard about him from the Bay, and he was what was the movie?
Menace to Society.
Menace to Society. He was
Cousin Harold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know much about that.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I remember him from, being Cousin Harold. But now I'm probably gonna go look at what he had going on. So RP to him.
Yeah, fixed on. Yep.
Now, is there anything else in the news that I might have missed that's worthy of talking about?
I ain't watched the news all week.
Another thing in the news I saw anything about was a little UFO hearing.
Okay, talk a little bit about that.
It was something I didn't read deep into. It was like they was just, talking to pilots and people done seen things and all kind of sightings and
they about to relaunch the X-Files.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. It made me think like, okay, what's going on? What's really going on?
Do anybody here believe in aliens? Do anyone here believe these things exist?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, just thinking about how big the universe is, like, there's all kind of shit out there.
Yeah, I was. Well, first of all, I'm gonna say, I believe in it absolutely, because if we here, there's probably other life forms somewhere else, and they're different forms. Like, it's probably some that's not yet evolved. Then it's probably some that's far, far advanced, which is what they think.
Way older.
They feel is some that's far advanced, because the things that they be seeing is doing things that a lot of crafts here can't do.
Okay.
So I believe
technology way up.
They not hostile.
That's
I believe if they were hostile, they would have been blew us up.
Yeah, we've been done already.
Yeah,
they just checking us out.
Yeah, I think they know. I think they notice a lot of things, and in some ways, they probably be trying to keep us from playing ourselves.
Go see what these crazy motherfuckers doing.
They trying to keep us from shooting ourselves in the foot. Probably.
No, we used to call Earth the ghetto of the universe. This is the ghetto area in the Milky Way.
They trying to come down here and keep us from blowing ourselves up with nuclear weapons.
Yeah, look, that's what I've been keeping keeping my ear to the ground
the
too.
Temperature,
like the geopolitical things. Like we don't talk much about it on the show, but I've been keeping real close attention to that.
I got a clip I'm gonna send to you.
Okay.
Because I was listening to it. I was like, y'all 17 like this. It's like this guy, he's doing a lecture in the school. I can't remember what school it was, but I'm gonna send it to you after this.
Yeah, didn't they say like a high ranking North Korean official or something got injured in
it was Ukraine. A couple of them. It wasn't just one. It was a couple of them. And when Biden told them they could use them
missiles, they started launching them
longer range missiles. And they start hitting them. And then what was it, yesterday, I believe? Russia launched technically it's kind of like an ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missile, but it didn't have the nuclear warhead attached. He was just trying to do that to send a message or whatever. But it's like, for people when they see that, people are gonna get scared. I'm gonna think, oh my god, we're going to nuclear war. No, okay. If anybody's watching this show and you worrying about nuclear war, don't worry about nuclear war. The reason I tell you, because if it's gonna be a nuclear war, it's gonna be just like that. So you ain't even gonna feel it. Okay. And I don't say that to scare you or get discouraged. I say that because whoever pushes that button understands that they just committed suicide themselves. So it's like, you're not gonna launch a nuclear weapon and then think nothing's coming for you. Like, you do understand that if you do that, then you've just committed suicide on your whole civilization as well. So it's like, you have to want the other civilization just as bad as to say I'm willing to sacrifice all my people to get rid of you. And most leaders are not that crazy. Not even Putin. Okay,
Yeah,
not even him.
I don't know if it's true, but I thought I saw something where he said he got something that they ain't gonna be able to deflect.
Well, that's part of it. The West, the U.S., we can't stop. We don't have defenses to be able to stop ICBMs, but neither do they. So,
right. So
that's why it's like it's the ultimate. Like, okay, at this point, I mean, I'm not gonna front. America's kind of daring. I'm like, you keep saying you're gonna push the button, but to be fair, I'm an American, but I'm not really a big fan of my country at the moment because of the stupid shit we just did. I'm gonna call it what it is. Like, America's kind of, most people, not even just America, people in Europe too, they tired of hearing them saying we gonna use a nuke, we gonna launch a nuke. At a certain point, it loses its power. It's like, bro, if you gonna do it, just do it. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna do it, fuck it. You're not finna keep dangling this over me and thinking I'm about to be scared. Like that, if you gonna do it, then do it, bro. Because understand, what's coming next for you.
Everybody gonna aim at you.
That's the whole point. So you got missiles coming at you from numerous countries
everywhere.
So it ain't you know what I'm saying? You got them coming from the US, you got them coming from Germany, you got them coming from, because the US has nuclear weapons stationed all over, all over Europe and stuff. So it's like, come on, you can't stop ours, we can't stop yours. So go ahead, keep talking, keep saber rattling, keep saying you're gonna press the button. Okay, you notice America don't talk like that. America don't talk like that. America doesn't have to.
All this is stupid.
Yeah.
Look, I was gonna say that myself, and I was like, no, just say stupid.
It's stupid.
I caught myself.
Man, because if people watch the show, like, oh, so you say that word a lot? Yes, I do. Problem?
Listen, man,
yeah, I say that word a lot.
Look, man,
I'm the old school.
I was just about to say that we from the old school, man, where you have tougher skin.
Yes.
And when we say that, we not picking
By
fun.
5th grade,
exactly.
Second grade.
We're not picking fun at mentally challenged people.
No. No, it's a word to describe some. Listen,
I was gonna say right there, some stupid stuff.
Like, no, man,
like dumb stuff.
It is what it ain't. Like, people feel whatever way they're gonna feel. And I'm
pull your skirt up,
ever since
pull your
that's what I'm
skirt up,
saying. Ever since this election, if Trump can get away saying all this shit he say, I should be able to say the fucking word retarded. I should be able to. I can talk however the fuck I want.
Man, listen, man, people be fake mad.
That's true.
Say what you want.
Damn,
they gonna get mad, and then they gonna get mad at the next thing that's going on, and they're gonna forget what you said.
Damn, that should have been a
fake
topic.
Mad.
Fake mad.
Yeah, they fake mad.
Man, I
they fake scared. Man. They all that stuff. Well, I don't know. They might be really scared because of all the stuff that they give fear mongering. So not me though. I'm like, man, whatever. At this point, I'm like, whatever, dog.
Chris Rock said,
fuck it, man. Let's pivot. Why? We gonna get into the root of the show. I'm gonna X off one of these topics. We gonna talk about one of them next week.
Yeah,
because. Now I wanna didn't I just say this when we start? It's like when we press the record button, I have no idea how this is gonna go. And right now we're going off script like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Why do people have such thin skin these days? Why are people so soft these days? I mean, seriously. You look at the Gen Z compared to us millennials, and then I'm looking at Gen Alpha. I got what? Okay, I got. Two of my boys are Gen Z and my daughter's Gen Alpha. And I'm like, I just don't understand why are people getting so soft these days? Why do you think people so thin skinned?
I'm not sure, but it's a weird dynamic with these later generations because they wild and they fearless on one end, and on the other end they soft. Like you can't say stuff.
Combination.
Yeah, it's wild. Like if you think about it, they not scared to lose a job, leave a job, or do any of that stuff. But you say something, they be willing to jump off the edge.
I don't get that.
I don't know.
What is it? Drugs? Did they put too much
I think
something in the baby formula or something?
I think certain things, society start to open up to everybody. I'm trying to explain it. I can see what I'm trying to say, but I'm trying to explain it. It's like
they trying to make society more inclusive, but they kind of went
exactly
super overboard with
it. That's it.
And it's
that's it.
out of control.
Yeah. Everybody's opinion matter.
Right.
So now that they got a voice and their opinion matter, they don't just like brush it off. It's we have to say something because if we don't say anything, it's like man, nigga say some shit, man, fuck you, nigga, and then keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to that point, you know, to bring it to a political stance. I've been seeing a lot of, you know, obviously I still pay attention to some degree about what's going on politically on the left or whatever and whatnot. And I'm hearing, you know, I don't know if anybody to anybody who watches MSNBC, good for you, because the cast of Morning Joe been catching hell all this week, and they've been getting clowned because they went and met Trump last week, and they've been facing backlash and facing hell, and their ratings have dropped off the edge of the fucking planet because nobody's watching them now.
Because they met them. I mean, they journalists ain't.
No,
right.
See, the whole thing is, no, it makes sense though. And this is the thing. This is where people don't understand each other. It makes sense why people stop watching them. A lot of people was getting mad at MSNBC because when they was bashing Biden, you know, when they constantly was attacking him because he was old and all of that, and a lot of people were upset that they forced him to drop out. Now, don't get me wrong, you know, I wasn't sure about Biden either, but still when you do the comparison, Biden versus Trump, a lot of people would have held their nose and voted for Biden again because it's like, bro, So
I think he's still in the one though.
No, listen. I agree.
Yeah.
He probably still wouldn't have won, but at the same time, it's like when he dropped out the race, you didn't hear no more talk of old. All that shit went out the window, even though Trump is only 3 years younger than Biden. So where did all that conversation go? Everything pivoted and shifted. Oh, you never talked about the man was a convicted felon. They didn't talk about Trump's baggage like that. They just didn't. And to somebody who watched MSNBC and a lot of left-wing media, they weren't talking about him in the way they should have been talking about him. Instead, they talking about Kamala and, oh, well, you know, a lot of people don't know who you are. Well, instead of constantly reinforcing this narrative of they don't know who she is, how about explain to them who she is? How about tune into her speeches and listen to what her policies are so people can get familiar with her? But it's like, no, you guys want to carry that narrative, and then okay, without going into too much further detail about it, Morning Joe, they caught hell because of the simple fact that if you're on a liberal network and liberals are upset, people on the left are upset because the candidate lost. They lost to him of all people. They don't want you going to meet with this guy because wasn't you just saying he's a threat to democracy? Wasn't you just saying we gonna descend into fascism? Wasn't you just saying this guy's the worst person to ever exist on the planet? And then you want to go meet him because why? Because you worrying about them starting investigations into you. Basically, they was on some CYA shit. They went down there to cover their ass because, you know, Joe Scarborough or whatever or whatnot, I guess an intern or somebody of his passed away, and there's a rumor on the right saying that he, you know, he off this person, you know what I'm saying? And they was like, oh, well, Trump in office now, so he gonna call an investigation to that. So he went down there to basically, hey, Trump, you know, hey, look, hey, let's be cool. Let's bury the hatchet. Let's, you know, it's like, so you went down there to cover your ass, and then you told your audience about it, which you should have just kept your mouth shut, because the second you went on TV and talked about it, Trump clowned your ass. Like, yeah, you basically came down here groveling. It's like, what did you think was going to happen? So you lost on both fronts. Trump clowned you and your audience turned on you because you couldn't read the room and know that your audience didn't want you to meet with him. Like, no,
look at this
you just
stuff,
told us that this nigga's a threat to society. What did you think? Oh, so you just gonna go meet him now? Same thing with Joe Biden. Oh, this guy's he's a threat to democracy. Oh, I'm gonna welcome him to the White House and shake his hand. Like, so that's why I'm like, y'all not reading the room. Y'all don't get it. Well, how you gonna fearmonger us this entire time? And then all of a sudden switch on the dime.
This is why I don't follow what the news is saying.
Yeah.
It's clear that we already know that sometimes, first of all, news ain't been the news since I don't know when.
Yeah,
I know.
It's never
since
been.
We was kids.
Yeah, they not been doing real reporting. Like let's go and try to get the facts and put it all on the table and be unbiased. Yeah, like now it's crazy. It's all this stuff going on. Too much stuff. Like it's too like
soap opera and shit.
Yeah. One, you know, when you first brought it up, I'm like, they're journalists. They should talk to the president. Like, no matter if you agree with him or not, you really going in there to just have an interview. Like,
yeah, but they didn't even go down there with that type of format. They didn't take no camera crew. They just went down there to meet privately, and that was the whole thing.
See, privately, that's different.
If you was going down there on some journalism type stuff, you'd have had a crew. You would have had, you know, but that's not what it was. That's not what it was. So
that's different.
It's like you went down there to cover your ass. You went down there to beg and grovel because you know he's coming into power now. And you like, please don't sick your Justice Department on me and all of this shit because you want to invest.
And I'm sure they want stories and they want the scoop on things and being able to talk to him when they want to when he's in office.
Yeah.
It's all about favors.
Yeah, man. So that's why I'm like, I know we strayed off from the topic that we wasn't going to talk about. You know, about why society's gotten so soft. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, it's a combination of things just to bring it all back. You know, kids, they wasn't going outside. They wasn't scraping their knees. They wasn't, you know, having bike races, foot races.
Right.
They wasn't outside drinking from the water hoses and, you know, all that shit we used to do growing up. Yeah, technology.
Technology played a part.
That's why I always wonder, like, what the hell human beings gonna be like, and like, if we still here,
we're gonna be fragile
in like a couple thousand years.
Fragile
technology, like we're just gonna be
fragile because I don't think we was ready for technology. How fast it advanced.
Yeah.
No, we wasn't.
And the clear sign of that is if you look at social media. We look how we be acting, and we getting all kind of mental issues and all this shit.
Yeah,
and it's because we
looking at the screen
and trying to keep up. What comes with looking at the screen? Trying to keep up with people.
Right.
People lying. We keeping up with people that be lying online
anyway.
about what they really do. Some of them really are, but with the people that really are living a luxurious life.
You only seen the good part.
Not only that part, but it's unrealistic thinking that comes with that because we thinking that we can, you know, keep up with the Joneses, and that's not realistic.
Like that's the 1%.
Yeah,
it's the reason why, you know, a lot of women think the way they think, men think the way they think. They think they gonna ball and get these certain type of women. So they in these women inboxes, they can't really afford to be around this type of woman, but they trying anyway. You got the women up here, they thinking, I could get with this millionaire because I'm close proximity with the internet. I could DM this guy. You know what I mean? It's all kind of stuff we come to this. The kids, they get mad. You don't put them in timeout. You throw them the phone. You know, like 17 said, they don't throw the football. Niggas is in the house playing the game. We play the game, but they play the game more than us.
Yeah.
And
you get tired of that shit after a while. Like, shit, we gotta go outside.
Yeah, we be like, let's go outside. Man, I used to run. Me and the homie back then, we used to run tournaments in my grandma's house when we used to play the game, and then we be like, all right, man, let's go out, let's play football,
Yep.
or
Yeah,
you know,
football,
let's go to the
basketball,
Ride
store,
bikes.
or
everything.
you know what I mean? We didn't want to be cooped up in the house.
Yeah.
In the summers, I used to leave like 10 a.m. and I would come back at like 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Be
Oh,
out
be
all
Find
day.
food or
Be
whatever.
smelling like outside, stinking like a mother.
Yep. Yep.
Food and everything. I'm finding that shit on my own.
Yeah. And they don't do this. They not really
Yeah.
doing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when they do get out, like the ones that's outside, like in the hood, like they're the little niggas that's out of control.
Yeah.
But they soft too, in a certain extent, because they don't know how to emotionally regulate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you get them angry, and the first thing they're gonna do is let the thing off.
Right.
So
Yeah. Like it was.
Ain't no fist fights.
Yeah, that's what I was
Get
about
your
to
ass
say.
beat and get up and come
no,
back and fight again
exactly.
another day.
Exactly. They pride won't allow them to take the ass whooping.
They can't take the L.
That's what it is. It's definitely, that's the word. It's pride. Because I mean, in our day, we have fights, and then
be cool.
That's what I'm saying. Like even something like a lot of my friends. I mean, obviously not y'all, but a lot of my friends prior to high school, a lot of them came from fighting them. Like we started off as enemies first.
Yeah.
And then we scrapped, and then it's like, all right, it's basically like we tested our metal on each other. I mean that metaphorically. Like we sharpened iron sharpens iron. And it was like, all right, we cool, nigga. You ain't no punk.
Some of the coolest friends you gonna meet is ones you ain't like in the first place.
Exactly.
And the reason you don't like them is because of preconceived notions of them.
Yes.
Then when you end up squabbling and you really talking, oh, nigga, you cool, nigga. What the fuck?
You cool as hell. Exactly.
I remember
exactly. That happened a lot.
My bus stop was like in another hood. Like it was like Hampshire, Newport, like around where Harpo's is and stuff. So it was a rough area, right? So me and my cousins, we went over there to the bus stop first day of school. Niggas came, ran us off the bus stop with sticks and shit. We like, oh shit. So next day, we like, we gonna stand and fight. So we went back, we squabbed it out with them. We made friends with everybody. It was cool from then on.
Yep.
Like,
good times.
It was like that with Cadario when he first came to our middle school. Like when he was in Burbank. Yeah. Like he was a new kid, and he was like being like answering all the questions when me and the other ones was usually the ones that's doing that. And I'm like, who is this motherfucker? Who is this nigga?
He went through his phases. I ain't gonna put him out there like that, but if you know him, he went through his phases.
I know one of the homies was trying to. Yeah, one of the homies was trying to give you the really like not like the nigga, but I'm the type of person like, let me see what this nigga about.
Yep, that's how I was.
And that was like, now we like homies since forever now.
Yeah, my interaction with him was more so, I mean, it's like I was a loner, but I had friends, and me and him didn't meet. Damn, how did we meet? I don't think me and him met in school. I think we met outside, and it just so happened he went to the school. Because we stayed a couple blocks away from each other, but somehow either I was down there on State Fair in Tacoma and down there, either I was down there, or he was right down there where I was at. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And me, I was all over the hood, so it didn't make no difference. I was everywhere. Like I was always outside. I was always places I shouldn't have been. It didn't make no difference. I was somewhere everywhere. I just blended in. I'm like, oh, you ain't from over here. It's okay, cool. I ain't over. I'm not a threat, you know what I'm saying? So I'm blending in everywhere. It's like, oh, he cool. I know him from here, or this person knew. It's like somebody knew me from somewhere, and it's like, okay, cool. But I was a loner like a motherfucker. But people just, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers either saw me scrap and said, "Oh, he ain't no punk," and we was cool from there, or somebody from somebody knew me, or that's how I usually was. I wasn't even popular, but it's like somebody always knew who the fuck I was, and I'm like, that's why I could go to different parts of the hood where it's like, oh, nigga, where you live at, man? I live 10 blocks away from here, bro. I ain't really from over here, like, but I'm just over here hanging out like it ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's how I was. So I didn't try to come out being hard or trying to be. I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to hang, bro. I ain't in none of that shit. I stayed away from the gang shit. I knew who the Bloods were. I'm like, I was cool with some of them, but I'm like, oh no, I ain't a part of it, bro. I'm just cool. You know what I'm saying? I ain't getting in none of that shit, bro.
Man, them streets after State Fair.
Yeah. That's exactly what.
Them blocks at the State Fair, bro.
Got rough.
Yeah. That's where the
It's
red
like
division was
Manning.
coming.
Yeah, Manning, Tacoma, Liberal, all them streets. Like, yeah, man.
Niggas getting you the eyeballs and everything.
Yes. And I used to always be over there. But again, somebody over there always knew who I was. It's like, oh no, I know him. I seen old boy. I seen him around here. Like he ain't, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't ever a problem, really. You know what I'm saying? But it just like that's what I'm saying. That's why I always try to tell my kids, like if you knew where I grew up, you know what I'm saying, you probably wouldn't be able to do what I did. You know what I'm saying? Because you had to be outside. And if you wasn't a native of being outside, you get recognized like that. It's like quickly. You just like
you just got to
stick out, look at some thumb.
You just had to have some type of street smart, some type.
That's it.
And I ain't saying you gotta be a super gangster, but you gotta know things. You just gotta be out, be around, you just gotta be out there. Things.
That's it. You got to know how the hood move. You got to know how the hood operate. And that's it. That's the word, maneuver. You got to know how to maneuver. I always knew how to maneuver because I was always outside. So I had to learn how to maneuver. It's like, okay, these cats over here, they operate this way. So, let me not rub them the wrong way like that. You know what I'm saying? These people over here.
And just know like simple nuances and stuff.
That's
like,
it.
Like
exactly.
one of the things that I picked up early on when I started staying in the city, because the yak in Detroit is totally different, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, when I first got to Burbank, I was tried off bat.
Oh, yeah.
So, I was tried off bat.
I already know.
So, like, one of the things I learned coming on the east side is the looking man in the eye when he walking past. Like when you walk past, he looking like keep eye contact.
Don't look away.
And when he nods, you nod back, boom, you cool. That's how you know you straight.
Keep it moving.
It's just small little stuff like that that you just got to pick up, just being around.
That's what most of my fights came from was Burbank. Like I did some fighting in elementary, but I was on the west side for like I didn't move to the east side till I was 9 years old. So at 9, that's when I moved over there, and I only went to McGregor, which was the school right across the street from my house. It's not even there no more. They tore that down. But
McGregor, they tore the whole school down now.
Oh yeah, it's all gone.
Whole thing gone. See, I ain't been there. I ain't been there in like. Well, I was over there. I went over there, but I haven't stopped over at Edmore in a long time.
Yeah, it's completely tore down. They got a new school over there, but it's not built the same way.
They got a new school they built right there in that spot.
Yeah, but the whole building is gone. Like they tore the whole building down. So, but it's like it looked completely different from when we grew up. It just looked completely different. But
middle school, I went to Foch. So
Mm-hmm.
Foch was right next to Southeastern. So the high school kids were chasing. You know what I'm saying? You had to deal with them too. And then if you end up going to Southeastern freshman, that's day one. They on your ass.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. No, but yeah, man. I know we kind of got off, but that's how it was.
Reminiscing. Yeah.
I mean, you're right. It do, because us being outside, me being outside, having to basically, I'm out here hanging, and then like you say, Fly, they will test you, especially if a cat ain't seen you. Like you might be hanging with cats that already know, like, all right, I've already seen him throw down, so I know he ain't, I already know he ain't weak or he ain't this. But then some new cat to come around that they know, but I don't know him and he don't know me, and then they'll try that shit, and then it's like, okay. And my whole thing was, it's like I would just smile because I'm like, all right, you're gonna have to find out the same way they did. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes they will vouch for me, be like, oh no, bro, he cool, he good. You know what I'm saying? No, he good people. But then a lot of times they be like, shit, show that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, hey, let's go.
It's really all about just defending yourself, and that's then after that, they respect you. It ain't even about winning or losing. That's just the fact that you'll stand up.
That's it. And that was always my mentality. I tell my kids that, my mentality growing up was always win, lose, or draw. I don't give a fuck one way or the other. Win, lose, or draw, it's about to happen. Because what you're not going to do is keep fucking with me. Because what you're going to notice is that every time you try me, I'm going to throw hands every time. Like, I don't care if I win. I don't care if I lose. I don't care if it's a draw. Yep. But you're not going to keep messing with me. Yep. Every time you try me, expect a good, we going to go at it. You know? So
because one thing about our city, and more specifically, our neighborhood that we come from, is still sharp and steel.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's it.
It made us a little more tougher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't even remember getting in that many fights. Well, I got like into fights with people I knew around the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. But I remember like my older brothers, I fight them most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like they would put matches against me and one of my cousins, like, hey, y'all fight. Oh, yeah. Like, if y'all don't fight, I'll beat both y'all.
Hey.
His brothers is
so, yeah.
I done heard all the, he done told me all kinds of stories about his brothers. They some wild niggas.
So look, I didn't really have like trouble in the neighborhood because everybody know, they was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's when I went to Atlanta, well, outside of Marietta, is when I was on my own. And I had to show him from the jump. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was fighting more than I was not.
Yep. I already know.
But it only took like a week, and they was like, "Nah, he ain't the one."
It's the same no matter where you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
I could see them testing him because it's like he ain't from around here. He ain't talking like them.
Right. He ain't talking right.
His whole aura and energy is different.
You by yourself,
so they gonna try you.
Yep. Hey man, that's I'm telling you, that's how I was. I mean, moving from the west side to the east side, that's how I was. I mean, because on the west side it was cool. Like I had a a group of friends. I had people who I was cool with, and we all kind of watched over each other and shit. But when I moved, when we moved from over there and we moved east, I didn't know nobody. And by me being the oldest, and I didn't grow up with my siblings, so it's like it was just me. And that's what I be telling my kids. I'm like, man, I'm so jealous and happy for y'all at the same time. Cause it's like, y'all got to grow up all with each other. Like I didn't get to grow up with my siblings. Like it was just me. Like even though I'm the oldest, but it was just me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so if I get into something, if I get into some squabble, I ain't got nobody to help me. Right. Like it's just me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, I got to figure it out. And I done came home plenty of days, with some bruises, some scratches on me and all of that. But, I got to give credit to my cousin. My cousin used to whoop my ass from 3 to 9, beat the shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not, man, he only older than me by 8 months, but he used to beat the shit out of me all the time. And, and so I finally got back with him and then we stopped fighting. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, cool. Because, by that time I was toughened up at that point. You know what I'm saying?
That's all. So it's like, most people that try to start a fight with somebody, they really do not want you to fight back.
Yeah. But once it started getting to that point, it's like, all right, we was getting older. He's like, oh shit, all right, he catching up and all that. It's like, yeah. So it's like, but all them L's I took to him, you know what I'm saying? It made me ready for whatever the streets was gonna throw at me, and that shit came in so much handy. So even though I was by myself, it's like shit. It don't matter, I done took enough L's to family. I don't, say they family. You don't count them. It's like, yeah, that's true. fighting family, I don't count that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Shit,
you know it ain't
fight to me.
You know it ain't gonna go past a certain point. But
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm getting at. Like, I don't count that shit.
But also back then, it wasn't so much that niggas can't take an ass whooping then. So it won't go that far out, outside family. It's different now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, because we ain't had cameras like that back then. Yeah. I mean, that was when we was really free.
Yeah, we didn't even know it.
We didn't even really
know. We didn't know it was coming.
Damn.
We was free without no camera phones. We didn't even know it.
We didn't even know it.
Man. Damn.
Didn't even know it was coming.
Didn't even know how good we had it. We just assumed it was always gonna be that way, and how stupid naive we was.
Yeah, I think back all the time now. I try not to do it too much because it's like, man, you gotta be in reality and face the facts. But I catch myself thinking like, man, it was so fun back then. It was way better.
It was, man. Yeah. It was way better than it is now, and I tell my kids that, and they don't seem to get it. They don't understand, and you gotta think like
they ain't experience it. I said they won't know because they ain't experience it.
And the kid is not. Yeah. And the kid ain't gonna want to hear that how it was better back then because they gonna think, oh, it ain't nothing now. They don't want to hear that because it'll make them afraid of what could come next. You know what I mean? Like it ain't nothing now. You mean it was better then and it ain't got better now?
Well, think about our parents' generation. They was outside more than we was. You know what I'm saying?
And they got it from them. They had a ball.
That's it.
No, we got it from them. We got it from them. Yeah. They see, and it's crazy because I seen something on social media about this, and they was like, "Was they really outside like that?" Yeah, because they had to for the fact that the economics didn't change.
Mm-hmm.
Crack epidemic, the Reaganomics was going on, all that. So after that started happening and things start changing a little bit, they was able to have jobs and get some real better money. They was working a lot.
Yeah.
So you can be at home by yourself, you and your siblings, and y'all not gonna stay in a house. Mm-hmm. Y'all gonna be doing what y'all want to do outside.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of, let's transition. Outside. Let's switch gears. Speaking of that, because you brought up Reaganomics and all of that, so I just wanna share the screen, and hopefully we don't run into none of those problems we ran into last week. We have to blur certain things out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Have people think we into some weird things.
I know, right? Y'all see that?
Moneyless society post.
Yeah. The phrase unskilled labor is used to distract you from the fact that the work they are doing is necessary for society to function. Just because some necessary jobs require less training time than others doesn't mean those people deserve to live in poverty.
Mm-hmm.
Now I wanted to speak about that because I've always had that opinion. I've always had that. It's like one of the most important jobs in society is waste management, garbage truck.
Mm-hmm.
People who pick up our trash for a living. We wouldn't have a society without that job. And yet people try to shit on trash folks.
We have a society, it just be a dirty one. Nasty
plagues and diseases.
You can't really call that a society when it's like rapid disease running.
Well, I guess it'll be a decaying one.
Decaying society. Right?
But to that point, like I don't like when they try to, and don't get me wrong, I understand the need to pursue higher education and to basically to better yourself, become more knowledgeable about things. But I don't like how they try to diminish.
Right.
Yeah, they try to put down people who unskilled labor, because that's what I titled this. Like, what do you mean unskilled labor? So
everything takes skill.
A certain amount of skill, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do they
So
not
what?
train you when you come in the door?
Exactly.
Exactly. You know, and so I just be wanting to, you know, these investment folks, these people who are in the financial sector, these people who, you know, basically the movers and shakers of our society, they look down on people who are not basically in finance, or you're not an entrepreneur, or, you know, you're not in the money, if you know what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Like, don't look down on folks like you know, average working people, because I'm telling you, you wouldn't have shit. You wouldn't have a society without people doing average jobs. And then to tie it in the back, basically what you guys what you were saying about now these people's their minds all fucked up, because it's like, oh no, you got to be making six figures, you got to be 6 foot, you got to have a six pack. Well, somebody said, bitch, you summoning the devil with that 666 shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? You got your priorities all messed up now, because you don't respect what the average person is doing. It's like, okay, but then it's not even just that. You know, this problem is rooted in so many different things. It's like, it's corrupted our society to the point of these jobs don't even see this. It's like, you have a position, you have a job, you've hired for that position, but you're not paying enough money for a person to be able to support themselves. But yet the job still needs to be done. Oh, all this person doing is flipping burgers. Okay, this dude is satisfying a need. People need to eat. Is that not important?
Well, you know, I look at it as that's all ego based right there. You know, you get a certain type, you get up to a certain spot, and it's like, what do? You don't got no real skill. It's like, well, I mean, flip your own burger. That's my answer to all this, all kind of shit. When people feel like, well, you did it, then you do it. Then you do it. Why you acting like this towards somebody? Then you go home and flip your own burger. Why did you even go into McDonald's in the first place then? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Why are you even going to Starbucks?
Yes.
What you gonna do if it wasn't nobody giving, no baristas giving you your shit at Starbucks? What would you do? And you stop there all the damn time before you go trade stock or whatever the fuck it is you do. So
exactly.
like I said in the last episode, everybody needs everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't downplay this person because they not in a what you call a highly skilled quote unquote thing. Not everybody gonna be able to do that, and don't know everybody want to be like you and have that type of money like that. Money don't always make everybody happy. Some people don't even need money like that type of money. Because if they do, boy, it'd be a monster.
Yeah.
So
a lot of millionaires blew their brains out.
That's what we don't talk about.
Alive themselves.
Some people, I mean, Puff is a prime example of what happens when you give some people money and the money put you in a place where you do all kind of shit. Because it ain't no limitations to what you can do. You can pay people off. You can you know keep and paying people off. All it does is create a habit that don't stop because nothing's stopping you.
Yeah.
So you keep doing shit. That's the only thing. See, he kept doing what he doing until he got caught up. You know what I mean? It's only so much you could keep paying people off and hiring people here and there, and man, all this shit come to roost.
Yeah, and then they, you know, I seen some, I don't recall if it was some TikTok videos or a discussion I saw, but basically it's like, what's the most valuable thing? And it's like, it's time. Time is the most valuable thing.
Absolutely.
And when you fuck up, what do they take from you? Your time.
Yeah.
You get locked up, you get time.
That's everything.
It's
that's the easiest explanation right there.
We are finite creatures.
The reason that's the biggest example right there. Why when you go to jail they give you time?
They take your time.
They say they giving you time, but they taking
it.
Taking your time.
You see how that works?
Yeah.
Especially how they say we were gonna give you this time when they taking it from you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Because it's not like you giving me
Give you
15 more
25
years of life.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
You taking 15
Taking-
years
yeah,
off my
taking-
life.
They might as well just say we taking
Yeah, they
15
might as well
years of your life.
change the verbiage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You
that's
always gotta be
euphemism.
careful
25
about
years
that
of life.
wordage.
We taking 25 years of life.
Yeah, it's euphemism.
Uh-oh.
That would even hit even harder
Mm-hmm.
when they say it.
Oh, man. Technical difficulties. I think
Yeah,
on my
but-
end.
Is sound coming?
Uh-oh.
Got the smart. Oh, did he?
It's still on record.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go.
I was looking for y'all. That's what I'm
You was
like,
like-
uh-oh. I think
you was on pause.
He's on pause.
Yeah. I was still, y'all was the ones paused. I don't know what was going
we
on.
was stuck.
On his screen, we was stuck. On our screen, he was stuck.
I'm like, whoa, what the hell? I don't even remember what's the last thing what was being said.
Talking
Yeah, I
about
was
taking
saying
life
that-
instead of giving life.
Yeah, I said it's euphemism, the way they use words.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm trying to teach my kids to be law-abiding citizens. I'm trying to teach them try to be productive members of society,
Yeah.
and I'm also trying to teach them to really do. I mean, my grandmother has always tried to teach me this, but things, when you get older, it kind of gets away from you. And I'm trying to do the same thing to my kids now. Like, really just do what make you happy, because the last thing you want is to be wasting your time working some job you don't really want to be at. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, a lot of us wind up in that situation because unless you're working for yourself or doing something that really makes you happy, like if I could do this for a living, I'd be fine. I'd be content because talking about issues, making people more aware of what's going on, bringing certain discussions to the light, certain discussions that people don't have, that people kind of need a gentle reminder of. Yeah, I don't mind doing that. I love that actually, but having and because we working for ourselves, but then having to get up and go to work for somebody else to tie it all back in. Yes, these jobs still need to be done. So people are still going to need to work, but it's like, that's the trade-off. To have a society, you got to work, unfortunately. And I just want to be one of the lucky ones that have enough money to not have to work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw it out there, and I'm gonna be as obvious. Oh, well, you're a hypocrite. I know. Thank you. I've been a hypocrite for a very long time.
To me, work has never been an issue. It's when they try to squeeze everything out of you. That's my issue. It's like, no, I don't mind working. I come to work every day.
Yeah.
But you're not about to take all of my time to where I can't put money aside to do things that I want to do. Because I really think, society function better when it's a temporary thing. Like, I work until I get enough to where I do my own thing. I put money and do my own thing.
Yeah.
And not being in here because we know that you're not about to give me what I really need to really be financially free.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, I mean, obviously, there's only so much I can say, without. I don't know who all watches this show, so
exactly. I'm not even gonna do it.
I'm not gonna go too far into details and screw myself because because we talked about how sensitive people are these days, and
people get mad, and boy, they will contact your employer.
Exactly, and how you really don't have as much free speech as they say you do.
No, you don't.
It's all an illusion. It's all set up just like it was in the hood. Hey man, I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you this heater, and you go do that. And it's like, oh yeah, and this dude setting you up to go to prison for the rest of your days. That's how it was. It's all types of stuff that just all these landmine, these tripwires that from the, what do they call it, the school to prison pipeline. That shit real. It's real. But and it's the same thing. It's the same thing out here. It's just maybe not school. Replace school to being grown to prison. Shit, you know, all these things that can go wrong. You get into a road rage incident, dude get out, and you know, now all of a sudden you in a nigga moment, you in a situation, and then it's like, how do you handle that situation? You know, you try to resolve it peacefully, but then if shit don't go well, then you got to defend yourself. And if shit go too far, now you done lost your freedom because this dude done did some shit. All he had to do is stay in the car, but you won't get out the car.
Yeah. Tricked you out your freedom.
Yeah,
that's it.
Being just gotta be smart about stuff.
Yeah,
that's it. And I mean, but I do believe in that. You know, I believe in that hood term. You know, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. You know, it is what it ain't. That's how it's gonna go. That's how it's gonna go, man.
Yeah,
I know. It's tough. But you know, you want to be in the box, or you want to, you know,
be in a box.
in the box or in the box. I mean, that's
choose your box. You can get the box with bars, or you can get the box that's in the dirt. Damn, that's sad. Anyway, screw it. All right, well, let's see. I was trying to put off one of the ones we were gonna talk about next week. I'll just talk about that one next week because I have a little more information on it. But all right, we're gonna move on to the last one for this week. It's kind of going by fast. That's because we went off script.
Yeah.
But this one is racism in Detroit. So yeah.
I need y'all to take a good look at this guy. He went to Congress and testified and said this.
This is legislation that targets white people. It is racial because the people who carry in the Capitol are primarily white. People who have CPLs are primarily white. And this is retaliation for the only demographic that overwhelmingly voted to support Donald Trump. And that is why it is being taken out on us, because you don't like us. And that's how it is. If we want to address gun violence, we would be focusing on the people who bring guns into communities and shoot people, like where I live in Detroit and where you represent, Stephanie Chang, which are overwhelmingly 13 to 34-year-old sub-Saharan African niggers. Those are the people who...
Move on.
I am testifying.
Thank you for your testimony.
As you guys can see, that's his name right here. He's from Detroit. So where all them niggas in Detroit? Because sometimes examples have to be set. Because ain't no more hoods. They out here, they think they slick. They don't realize this is not 1968. We ain't gonna play with you.
Now, before we go any further, that right there was one of those tripwires that I was just talking about. One of those traps.
Yeah.
That's
exactly what I'm talking about.
It makes me ask the question: who sent this dude?
Right, exactly.
Who sent him?
Yep,
he sent them to try to spark up some chaos.
Because it's like he up there just saying all this crazy wild stuff.
Yeah,
and it's like, for what?
Yeah, we ain't dumb enough for that.
For what? And the next thing, where is he from?
Not Detroit.
He ain't from Detroit. Not talking like that, he not.
Because I know what we do. If they from the metro, they want to group them into the city like they from inside the city limits.
Do that. They always do that.
No. Is this motherfucker from St. Clair Shores, Warren, all these other places,
Taylor.
Royal Oak, like
Lansing, probably,
Downriver.
even though that's further up.
Yeah, like where is this guy from? Like, ain't nobody thinking about this guy. You know what I mean? And all the little stuff he's saying. Sub-Saharan niggas, like, get the fuck out of here. Ain't nobody thinking about you, dog.
38 when you said that.
You thought so.
Now, for anybody watching that that is not familiar with the Detroit or Metro Detroit area, let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it 100. Detroit has definitely been gentrified. Okay, it has.
Yeah.
But that's more so towards the downtown area where they got the lofts and it's right off the border of Canada, right off the water where it's prime real estate down there.
Right.
Belle Isle, I love going to Belle Isle.
Absolutely. Even since the old days.
Yeah, I've been going
I
forever.
loved it more back then.
when we was outside, see, if it was the old days, them white folks wouldn't be down there. They'd be scared.
Hell no.
They were scared then.
Everybody parked their car.
We had the most fun.
Listen,
Had the most
that
fun
certain
down
strip in the back.
The
That
strip,
certain strip in the back. I always know because I used to be happy to drive through there, but on guard like a motherfucker too, because you got ignorant niggas out there that's just ready to do anything. And then it don't matter. I like it out here though. So it's like it is what it ain't. You just took the good with the bad. You know what I mean? But it ain't like that no more. It's definitely ever since the state boys came down there, and the state boys kind of set up shop on the island, and they they
done made it a state park.
Yeah,
they made it a state park. So
when downtown start getting scooters, it's over.
Yeah. That's when
we knew it was over when we saw them skateboarders.
It's a wrap.
We was like,
that's when you know.
Here goes the neighborhood.
there goes the
neighborhood.
That's what we was feeling like when we was downtown that night.
I like that.
That night we was downtown, we saw them boys skateboarding down there. We was like, this ain't what we grew up on. This ain't it.
Way to turn that shit back on them. Turn it back against them.
Yeah. Because, I mean, just because white people move in there doesn't mean it comes better. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes they move in and the price of stuff go way too dang on high for stuff. And I mean, houses do need to be renovated. That's one thing I wish that our people would do is just take pride in the neighborhood and renovate it. That right there will stop gentrification because it's like, we take care of our own stuff down here. You know what I mean? But ain't nobody tripping about this guy that's doing this, talking this stuff. Like, I know the dude
trying to get some attention.
Yeah, I know the guy that was doing the TikTok was like, Detroit niggas. Hey man, Detroit niggas is not about to go to jail for the stupid, for that clown. That's
exactly.
Ain't nobody got time
you out
for
your
that.
freedom.
Why would I go to jail over this Wonder Bread looking motherfucker and risk job, risk, my kids not seeing me, all because this fool saying what he's saying. He ain't doing nothing but talking.
Right.
Yeah, that's all that's going on. He, like we all from the D, we all from Detroit. He's doing this within the safety and the confines of, you see where he was at. He was in some place that was official.
Right.
He ain't out on the street saying this shit.
Right.
Because what he about to do is he about to leave and get in his car and probably drive back to the safety of wherever the hell he stayed. He don't stay in the city. He don't stay in the city talking like that.
He most likely probably don't.
Yeah, you probably go down there for tiger and lion games, but you ain't in there. You ain't in the city like that.
And people, and that's what people always have been doing. I'm from Detroit. No, you are from Harper Woods, or you are from
East Point or something.
Everywhere outside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The outskirts.
Proud of where you from.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with it. He said, "Be proud of where you from."
Oh,
there's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, man, part of my life is in the yak. I don't mention one without the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'll say, a lot of my upbringing and who I am ties because I come from the city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I got pride in the city. So when people start talking that, I gotta be like, okay, but where is he really from?
Exactly.
Because now with all this madness, like, he could be from anywhere in Southeast Michigan.
Yeah.
Exactly. And when I ain't gonna lie, I moved out the city at well, I guess technically I moved out at 19, but not really because I was still in the city. Like I didn't live in the city, but I still lived in the city. If you understand what I'm saying, like like my people moved out to Sterling Heights, but I was still in the city. I was still in the house. I was still there. It was like kind of on some squatting type shit. You know what I'm saying? But I was still there, so I was still in the hood. I was still in the city, even though they moved to the burbs. But then when I got my own place, I moved out to Warren. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, well, but I was at the point I already had a kid. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to really raise my kid in D, because of what I went through and everything. You want better for your kids. So I got about the city. I'm not ashamed to say that. And but I grew up there. I spent my whole life there. So it's like, what do you expect? And I don't. There's plenty of people that knew I was there, that saw me, knew where the hell I lived at, went to fucking all types of, McGregor, Burbank, Denby, So it's like, I was there. You know what I'm saying? I done went through my trials and tribulations already. I done did what I did my time. That's it. I did my time. Like, come on, bro. Like, no, I'm getting the hell on now. So and it's like, oh, so you ain't moved back to the city? Well, no. You know what I'm saying? Do I want to move back to the city? Actually, now I do. But my wife don't really want to move back to the city, and I can't say I blame her. I understand she's gotten comfortable where we are, and at this point in our lives, we almost 40. So it's like,
and niggas in the city is moving toward back to where y'all at.
Right. Right. It's reverse.
Last time I was over there, in that area, most of the niggas was looking like back on the east side. Like that part of over past 8 Mile, it was looking like the east side when we was there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And and in the east side, well, it's been a couple times I went back. I'm talking about back to the neighborhood, not going to Cadario house, but just going through the neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's one time I looked and I'm like, dang, it looked worse than it was.
It do look worse now.
I drove down my old block. This was probably a while, maybe like 6 months before I moved. It was like a good 7 houses that was there when I grew up. Ain't there no more. Just empty fields. I'm like, damn.
Man, it was like abysmal. Over there, and then when I went to Cadario, last time I went to hang out with Cadario, it was like, dang, this side is looking how it was when we was on the east side.
Yeah.
At that time.
Yeah. Yeah, he just, I mean, even where I'm at, I'm a little further back than Cadario is, but even where I'm at, it's still nice over here, per se, but I'm starting to see more of us.
Yeah.
And I don't mind it, per se, because, I'll be honest. I live in a pretty decent area. It's pretty safe for the most part. The police definitely have a presence. They make their presence very known around this motherfucker. So that's why I'm like,
they always have.
Yeah, without giving too much information, without giving up the city I live in. But the police make themselves very known, and I appreciate it. Because I've been living here for 11 years.
But boy, when I was a teenager, when I first got my driver's license, I didn't appreciate it.
No. I agree. I agree with you.
Every time I come across 8 Mile, they was watching me. They was on you. Like, dang.
I understand why people never went across 8 Mile.
Yeah, I agree. Because, when I first started driving, and I would cross 8 Mile, and I would just be going to, like, the Best Buy down Gratiot. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just be like, they be on me.
What you doing outside the city?
Yeah, but to be fair, they never pulled me over, but they was definitely eyeballs in the truck. Like, fuck you doing out here? Yeah, and they was definitely following me, running my place, checking to see. I'm like, everything I'm doing is legit. I ain't on no hot shit. You know what I'm saying? First off, my OG she wasn't gonna let me slide up out there like that. Like, she ain't sending me out in the world all crooked and fucked up. Like, no, you a representation of us. You got our last name. Like, no, we ain't sending you out there like that. And I'm like, that's how I am with my kids. Like, no, I'm not sending you out there with one shoe and one glove. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. Well, we in hit or miss territory. So let's go.
Hit or miss. Hit or miss. Hit or miss. Hit or miss. Hit or miss.
All right. Hit or miss territory for this week. All right, so for this first hit or miss, it's not necessarily a video, but it's a post. And I'm going to share the screen and just see what you brothers think of this. Let's see. I don't want to lose it. Considering that 70% of divorces are initiated by women, it's men who should be asked if they can keep a woman. Is that a hit or miss? It's not a trick question, man.
Considering that 70% of divorces are initiated by women, it's men who should be asked if they can keep a woman.
Yeah. Is that a hit or a miss?
I'll say it's a miss.
Understand what she's trying to say, but 70% of the women are saying they want a divorce. I guess so.
You say it's a hit?
I mean, if her numbers are right.
That's a hit for you?
I don't really understand what she's trying to say.
She's saying
you know exactly what she's trying to say.
She's saying that 70% of divorces are initiated by women.
Right.
The question should be asked the men is, can they keep a woman? And it's just, do you agree with her or you don't agree with her? You're trying to be politically correct.
That's all he's trying to do. That's all he's trying to do.
No, man, I'm genuinely trying to understand.
He's trying to bring back that damn Terry. He ain't hurt right now.
Terry's
trying
corner.
to bring back Loverboy Terry.
I forgot
Terry's
about
corner.
Terry's corner. Terry's corner.
Called him out on his shit.
I'm gonna say, it's a miss to me.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's a miss.
Okay. Let me work there for a minute.
It's the reason why I say it's a miss, though.
Okay.
Yeah,
what you
trying
say?
To keep each other, right? I don't understand.
Well, the reason I say it's a miss is because sometimes with women, it's not all cases, but with some, is we the ones that try to fight and keep things going, keep the relationship alive. And some more so with women nowadays. When the shit go wrong, they be ready to go. They be ready to leave. They don't be want to fix nothing or anything. They just be wanting to jump ship and leave. So that's why I say
we've discussed the many reasons as to why, because they always think they can have better. Social media has influenced that.
Exactly. Nobody wants to fix stuff. They look at the grass is greener on the other side and they jump shit.
So
they
friends,
friends be in their ear. Oh, you need to leave them. And they could be married, been together for a minute, and they girlfriend can still be like, I'm leaving them. Especially if they're the girlfriends who they ain't got nobody, and they out here in the street moving around. They just want her to be with them in the street.
Yeah.
So they can reflect on the glory days.
So based on that, so is it true that men should be trying to keep the woman?
No, her question is, can a man keep them? Not if we should keep them, but can we keep them? As if we can't, we don't know how to keep a woman.
Oh, okay. I thought it was saying men should be trying to keep the woman.
No, she asking, do we have the capacity of keeping a woman?
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
That's what she asked.
I was reading it wrong then. I was misled.
Oh, so that's a hit for you now?
No, that's a miss.
No.
Right?
Okay, cool. Yeah, because that's a motherfucking miss for me too. You know, I love me some women, especially sisters. But y'all motherfuckers go off the deep end sometime with some of the shit that come out of y'all mouth. You know, if y'all the ones initiating a divorce, then what does that say about y'all? Does it say you have terrible judgment in picking people? Does that say you don't know how to pick the right man? Why are you initiating the divorce? Because the main thing about getting married, and yes, I can talk shit because I've been married for 8 years. If you're going to get married, then you need to be sure this is the person you're going to rock with for good, bad, or otherwise. I said this last week. So if you're going to initiate the fucking divorce, you had no business being married in the first place unless this guy stepped out of character and did something he don't normally do or hasn't done up until the point of y'all being married. Like if he committed adultery, that's understandable. Yes, that's a reason to initiate divorce. Right. I mean, that's in the Bible. A lot of people ain't religious now, but if he's beating on you, or if things have changed drastically, if his situation has changed financially and he's become more depressed and he's acting irrational and now he's taking it out on you and the kids and all that, that's understandable because your physical safety has now been jeopardized. You are now put in danger. That is a reason to want to get away and separate and potentially file for divorce. But if it's because you guys can't agree on what shows to watch, or you can't agree or you can't come to the bottom of different arguments or whatever, you guys can't compromise. There's that word again. Nobody likes to fucking compromise these days. Y'all don't know how to fucking compromise. You had no business being married. So no. Why should we be trying to see if we can keep y'all? No, because half the time y'all don't even know what the fuck y'all want. You can't even decide what the fuck y'all want to eat half the damn time. But you expect me to be able to make up your mind for you? Y'all the most indecisive creatures on the fucking planet. And I'm sorry, I love women. I started that off. I love the sisters. But let's be 100. I'm not calling y'all out. I call out us too. We got some fucked up ways about us as men. But at the same time, it's like, no, this was a stupid statement that she made. It was dumb.
It sounds like it coming from somebody on some feminist stuff that's putting that out there. They thinking they about to get a whole bunch of likes.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, see, if that statement gets put up, nobody's thinking about the other side. Like what you just pointed out.
Yeah.
Maybe some of these divorces got nothing to do with a man not being a man or doing anything. It could be she getting divorced because she want to have her way and not compromise with what he want.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Another bombshell you drop, and I gotta say it again because they gotta hear it. Like, where is your accountability in a situation where you pick the person? Like, where is that? Because like I said, somebody will put that up, and nobody will ask the question, "Well, you picked them. Why'd you pick them?"
Yeah,
exactly. And that's why I tailored it towards unless he's changed dramatically, because people do change up. People it's understandable. It's like I'm trying to give the women a way out, because men, we have our ways. We might come home from work, might be depressed, we might be in an.
You ain't got to give them a way out. That's reasonable right there.
Yeah.
That's a reasonable thing to leave. This is why you got to be able to comb people out the correct way. So you can see, because people could act for long, but they can only act for so long.
You're gonna see it's gonna come out sooner or later.
Yeah, exactly. We creatures of habit, and we gonna fall victim to habit. Doing the thing. So if he was already a dirtbag, he's gonna be a dirtbag. He's gonna show it. But it's up to you to catch red flags and not be like, well, I don't know, because the thing that women end up doing to their detriment is thinking they could change them.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
that's a good one.
And don't get me wrong, you got some men who be trying to change some women. It's not as
absolutely.
It doesn't happen as often.
But women's mentality is this is my almost like I'm gonna save them. Some like I'm gonna save them, and some like this is my science project that I'm gonna put this man together. It's like sometimes you can't put this dude. That's who he is. And that's could be some of the divorce right there. She was taking red flags the whole time.
Couldn't change them.
Found out she couldn't make this Frankenstein up, and she getting divorced. It's like, It's not always just because the man ain't doing right. It's because she picking wrong, thinking she gonna change him. She find out after she done put 10, 15 years in that she can't. And now she want a divorce. It's not always because of men. So y'all need to stop blaming men for everything. We point fingers at each other and don't take accountability.
Yeah. One of the keys to marriage is you have to accept your partner, but that's something that should have been did before y'all signed the papers.
Yeah,
that's something that should have been. You should have accepted your partner 2 or 3 years before you've gotten married, because once you've accepted this person, and then you've lived that additional time of seeing this person be who they are in their full form, in their full form, and in your full form of acceptance for the good, the bad, and the otherwise, then this is why I'm totally against like I said last week, is why I'm totally against these stupid ass podcasts, these stupid ass people out here that's giving this false information. You should be married. This person should marry you within 5 years. No, everybody's different. There's no time. There's no specific time, because, I might have been with you for 5 years, and you might have an estranged relationship with your mama or your daddy, and you ain't been around them in that amount of time. So what the fuck I look like marrying you, and I ain't even met the whole capacity of your family yet? No, I'm not finna fucking marry you if I don't know exactly what's going on.
Exactly.
No, I need to see the whole picture, all in and out, and that could take years.
And let's make this clear. A lot of people don't even know what marriage is.
Exactly.
They don't even know what love is. They be getting married too soon. They get married because they family be pressuring them. They get married because society pressures them. Podcast, or they get married because they see people on social media, and I gotta
married by 20
couple goals and all this type of stuff, and then they jump into something. They be jumping into stuff. So let's stop blaming men and thinking men can't
when they
keep
approaching
anybody.
30, they just looking for a warm body at that.
Well,
say that again, Hirsch.
When they approaching 30, they just looking for a warm body at that point.
Ooh, that's because they done did all the messing up.
Boy,
they done did all the. They done did all the messing up. See, man, Kevin Samuels was trying to tell him. He was trying to tell him. No, that ain't nasty. He told the truth. Nope. He told the truth.
I seen it myself.
He told the truth.
Woo,
Kevin Samuels. That's why they hated him. That's why they hated him, because he was making them take accountability. He was telling them the ugly truth.
Yep. I
And
agree.
they don't like the ugly truth.
I know.
You know what I mean? You need to stop blaming people and take accountability. You know what I mean? Like, it's not men. It's not always men that's messing things up. It's things that you do. You just don't want to take accountability because you know that you don't waste the time, and it's partly because of your fault. It's your fault.
Well, to end this conversation and to move on to the next one, if anybody's watching this, just look at the divorce statistics between heterosexual couples, lesbian couples, and gay men, and you'll get your answer.
What's
I'm not going to reveal it.
Okay.
I want them to, because I know what it is. I know exactly what it is, and I want you to, because once you see those, then you'll be able to determine and discern where's the problem. Let me say that again: heterosexual couples, lesbian couples, and gay men. Look at the divorce rates.
The lesbian couple must be atrocious. I know what you're trying to say. They can't even stand each other, huh?
Look, that's all I'm saying, okay? That's all I'm saying. So
I don't know. It ain't my business.
Look, most of the time, in most cases, and nothing is absolute, and and Hirsch and Fly, we do not operate in absolutes. Nobody on this show operates in absolutes. This is a point we have been doing since the first episode. But there's a major but in that. Everybody we can't speak for all men. But most men, when they make that decision to get married, they in it. Okay? Most men. It depends on who you marry. But most men, once they take that I was going to say burden. That would have sounded horrible.
Yeah,
once they make the decision,
it's not.
Once they make the
burden.
decision to get married, then
I mean,
they in it.
What did
most
we,
men?
What did we? What was it? Last episode or the episode before? How a man just don't get married up and get married.
It's not going.
Yeah, I think that's probably the last one.
Most of the time,
it be women that be saying they be trying to put the pressure on the dude to do it, right?
Yeah.
So how is it that divorces
they got the highest when they the ones that wanted it?
So why is they leaving then? If you wanted it so bad, you see what I'm saying? Nobody.
It goes back to what I'm saying. They don't know what they want.
Talking and they don't be thinking about what they saying.
I love to have a woman come on the show and not debate, but just
see.
Give their
I want her opinion. Yeah, I would like her opinion,
point of view.
And I hope if we ever have a female on the show, whether she's like she come every now and then or she permanent, whatever which way it go.
Yeah,
I hope we get a one that's straightforward, head on, got a head on straight.
Yeah,
because she gonna tell her how it is. Don't get on here and cake for these women who be getting on social media, just be running it yet, man.
Yeah,
because them the loud ones that make it seem like things is one way and it's not. Blaming men for everything.
Yeah. Yeah, we've talked about it, just to give y'all some background insight to what goes on a little bit in the background of the show. We have talked about the idea of having a permanent fourth co-host, but it would have to be a female. So, we're still looking into it. We're still,
debating
about it, but yeah, we still trying to go over it and see if it's feasible, because that's it's three guys on the show, and to have a woman's perspective would be a beautiful thing. That way people could feel represented, and because there's probably some women who watch the show and be like, y'all just be dogging women all the time. It's like, no, that's not it. You just,
I don't know how they would think that.
Well, for me, they probably look at me like I'm talking women.
My whole thing is not to be trying to dog them. I just want to, take the emotion out. Let's put logic in and talk about what the real deal is. Now, not take your trauma that you done had with the last two dudes that you failed miserably with picking, and then want to come back in this fold and be like, you do this, you do that, you do that, and talking absolutes, and it's not real and it's not true.
Yeah, I don't be trying to dog women at all, because I got a daughter who's gonna eventually, she's gonna grow up, and this stuff is out there. Eventually, she's gonna see some of the stuff that her dad was on, and she's gonna see how I talked, and I'm not gonna run away from nothing I said. Like, I said it for this reason, because a lot of things need to see. This is what I told my wife. I said, this is what y'all don't understand about walking in a man's shoes. I said, as a man, even since I was a young boy, I have been told about myself very raw, from people in my family. That's where it started. And the people in the street, which is sometimes started fights. In other words, I have always had the truth pushed on me, forced upon me. So I was never able to walk into a state of delusion. I knew exactly what my flaws were. I knew exactly who I was. I knew exactly what I was about. And I also knew who was trying to define me. And I had to change that definition and define myself. So in other words, what I'm saying is, you got a lot of people out here now, and unfortunately, I'm going to say it, a lot of women are not being told about who they are truly. They want their cake and be able to eat it too. They want the positivity. They want the good of every situation, but will not accept when they are at fault. They never like to admit when they're wrong. Most women, I'm not talking in absolutes. As I just said this probably 10 minutes ago, nobody's talking in absolutes. But a lot of men will tell you the same thing. A lot of women don't want to admit when they're wrong because I don't know if it's a pride thing or they always think they're right for whatever reason. But we as men, we always know we ain't right all the time because society has dictated to us and told us we ain't always right. Society has always told us about our flaws. The mirror has always been up, is what I'm trying to say. There ain't never been a time where the mirror ain't been in front of me. So I've never lived in a state of delusion, but a lot of people are. So it is what it ain't, though. When I say the things I say on this show and my daughter gets older and starts looking at how her dad talked and all of that, and it's like, yeah, I'm not going to run away from nothing I said. I said this because y'all need to hear it. And nobody's telling you that because it go back to what we said in the beginning. We live in a soft-ass society where nobody can say anything about anybody anymore because everybody wants to respect people's feelings when in all reality, I don't give a fuck about none of your feelings because no one's ever gave a fuck about mine. So if I say something offensive on this show, if it's worth an apology, I'll apologize. If it's worth an apology, if I see that I need to apologize for it, I'll apologize for it.
Right.
But I'm not going to be shamed into doing nothing because you can't shame me because I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. I don't care. But these two brothers know me. This isn't an act. They know this is who I am. I don't fucking care. I will be out in public in front of strangers, in front of people I do not know, and I will be the same exact person who I am. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to care because who the fuck are you? Who are you?
Exactly.
And if you get turned off by what I said, then you soft as fuck. And I'm not being an asshole because I'm a really nice guy in real life, but you just don't know me. So, but anyway, I know I went on a little bit of a.
Get your shit
but they
off.
need to hear
Get
it.
your shit off.
They need to hear it though. They need to hear it. Anyway, fuck it. Y'all got anything else to say on this before we move on to the next one?
Nah, I mean, yeah, it's just people just need to take accountability and stop trying to run for stuff. Women already been fed fairy tales and stuff, so they already going in with marriage, looking at it like a fairy tale type situation.
I think y'all did bring that up last week. Yeah.
So,
yeah. All right. Well, we gonna move on to the next one. This one is Cry Me a River.
No, but it's true.
1 minute, oh, we're the provider. We're supposed to give this. Don't come to us about your feelings. But then, and the next minute is, well, we
don't
have
care
feelings.
about our feelings.
Oh, we da-da-da-da.
Hold on a second.
Make
I
it
said
make
to you-
sense. There's levels to this.
It's very.
No woman wants a man that's going to come crying every day at home, bro.
Wow!
Go to your homeboy.
Guys, you just proved my point. Girls don't want a man crying to them.
No,
Remember
I
I said it?
don't
Hey,
know.
hold on. Remember I said to you, girls don't want a man crying to them. And they lied on social media. Yeah? She just said it, guys. Wait, hold on a second. She just said it. We don't want a man crying.
Yeah.
Just prove Wait a minute. Women do not care about your mental health, men. It's
Try to stop
do not
it.
listen to what they say.
Try to stop
No,
it.
listen, guys. Do
Can I
not listen to
elaborate?
what they say. Watch what they do.
elaborate.
And what she simply said there is, we don't want a man crying to us every night. And all the times I've said to men is, do not cry to your women. They will use it against you. Do not cry to your women. And she just proved it. Because when they, hold on a second, when they get in their feelings, they pull it out. Go and say what you're going to say.
Cheeky.
You silly as hell.
In the chat.
I thought that was appropriate name, Cry Me a River, because it's talking about crying. So is that a hit or a miss for you brothers?
I think it's a hit.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, I think it's a hit. I think.
Show your work, brother.
I think, like you said, women, they'll say they want you to be emotional and stuff. But the second they get in their feelings, they gonna try to dig deep, as they do a lot of times. And,
Now let me ask you a question. Have you experienced that personally? You don't have to go. No specifics. Have you experienced that personally?
I haven't.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm weird. I can't cry. So I ain't cried since
That's
I
the
was
tough guy over there.
No, it ain't a tough thing, though. It definitely ain't. It just I haven't cried since I was like 14 or something.
Oh, okay.
If you talking about just like physically crying, or are you just talking about being emotional or something?
Well, I guess because how that discussion was going, it almost sounded like if a guy's
Somebody
telling you
breaking down and
about his
crying.
day and he's like, "Oh man, this ain't going right. This ain't going right. This happened. It comes off as crying to them. But
no, that's
different.
You
mean just like complaining or
complaining.
Okay.
Or either way, complaining, physically crying.
Well, we gotta be like, what is this? Because
Okay, let's say physically crying then.
Physically crying.
Yeah.
That's a tough one for me because one, I haven't experienced where I done cried to somebody and they threw it back in my face. I haven't experienced that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have.
Okay.
I haven't though.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go off my experience.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, Miss, based off my experience.
Okay.
Because I guess I've been good at picking people who that matters if you talk about your stuff.
Yeah.
Now what women don't do is if you keep complaining, you don't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
They don't like that. And they ain't gonna want to hear it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a hit for me. It's a hit for me from the standpoint of, has it happened to me personally? Not really. And when I say not really, I've been in a situation where I almost broke down because it was, it was a very personal situation. And it was a situation where the eyes start watering up and you can always tell, but then it's like you kind of get yourself under control because it's like, no, I'm not gonna do this here. You know what I'm saying? But it was a tough situation. Like I said, I can't talk about it because it was extremely personal. And I'm like, but was it thrown in my face? Not necessarily, but it was headed in that direction. So that's why I'm like, I know this stuff happens because it almost happened to me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, okay. And again, I know the audience will probably think, oh no, I'm being vague because again, it's personal. Most times when people are crying, it's because it's personal shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I can't talk about it on mic, and I'm a very open person, but it's like this. No, I can't talk about
certain
this. But
things,
certain things I can't. I got to keep in house. But it was, it's just. And for those speculating, no, it wasn't my wife. So no, it was someone else that was close to me, and it's just like, okay, but I've had that. I've had a close call with that, and the thing about it, and I'll admit, I've been stressed as an adult, dealing with, work and sometimes running into financial problems because something popped up that I wasn't expecting and took money out of my savings, or it's always something. It literally is always something, and sometimes it does become a burden, and sometimes it does become too much. And I've explained this to my son as far as like, I'm not gonna sit up here and say I don't cry. I say, but I cry in the shower. That way I can't really see my tears. I can't distinguish them between the water and between what's actually my tears. I cry in the shower if I need to. That's the place. Because when my grandfather died in 2013, it didn't hit me till 2 days after he passed.
Yeah.
And that's the first time I cried in the shower.
Oh yeah, I definitely had a situation like that. When my grandmother passed.
That's what I'm saying. Like I had situations where like my grandma passed, my brother, you know what I'm saying? Not like I don't feel it, you know what I'm saying? But it's as far as like the tears, they just don't come. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Mine.
people take things different.
Yeah, everybody's big to do it differently.
I can't remember the last time I bawled.
Yeah,
Like
I
ball,
can't remember
like a teardrop here and there. Like I've had that, but balling, I'm like I can't even. And then the couple tears I had, you know, it wasn't like a running faucet. You know what I mean? I kind of get myself together and regulate. You know what I'm saying? Like I just been used to not always taking my problems all the time to somebody to talk to them. Like,
yeah,
probably like especially when I was a teenager, I never talked. I could be going something you never know.
Yeah,
I would never tell anybody. It wasn't until I realized that's an issue, and it could become an issue. That's when I had people to start talking to. But you know, I had to base that off my thing. I know it happens because I've seen it happen to other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where people will share things and they just discount their feelings. You know what I mean? But all that tells me is when I do that and somebody discounts my feelings, they don't really care for me anyway. So it ain't no you see you tripping. Cut them off. Keep moving.
There's a quote. There's a post that's been going around. You know, I don't even be on Facebook like that, but it was fitting. It says, "Men will get fired, divorced, be in debt, and the only thing they'll say is, 'I'll figure it out.'"
I seen that,
and that resonated with me so much because most of the problems I've had this year, I found myself saying, "I'll figure it out somehow, some way. I'll figure it out." I would be telling my wife, "Don't worry, I'll figure it out." You know, and that would be me just trying to take on more of the burden, so to shift it away from her, or even if it had nothing to do with her, it's just, okay, I'll figure it out somehow. Okay, I'll figure this out somehow. It's like we don't have time to sit there and wallow in despair. We have to. It's like if I don't have the solution, like that shit bothers me. Like that's when I stress. I'm not gonna lie. I stress when I can't come up with a solution to the problem. Like
I think that's
the minute some shit go wrong, minute some shit go wrong, I go into troubleshooting, problem solving mode. But when I can't come up with a solution, it's like, what the fuck? What am I doing?
That is how we.
That
is how we wired. That's exactly how we wired.
Ain't nobody coming to save us.
Yes, that's
from the beginning.
I hope that there's women that's gonna watch this, so they can see inside a window of what a man go through. See, we like her just said. We just know that nobody's gonna show us the same sympathy.
Exactly.
Because it's already expected for us to not show any. Don't show any to them.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I just, man, you know, and me raising two teenage boys, you know, my youngest son's birthday tomorrow, he'll be 14. And I try to have these talks with them about things that they're going to potentially be going through and things that are going to be expected of them as men. You know, I'm raising them to be men. That's the whole thing. Everything that I'm raising them for, everything ever since they were born, the day they were born, everything I've been trying to do for them has been predicated on in the future. Like, I'm not raising you for the present. That's your mama's job. Your mama's raising you in the present. She's coddling you. She's doing all of that. I'm not. Okay. And I know people are reading it like, oh, you didn't. No. My bond is just different with my sons than it was than the one their mother had with them. You know, it's just different. And I'm not gonna be the one to. Yeah, I'm not kissing you boo boos, and I'm not telling you, oh man, no,
you be
get
doing
your
them
ass
a
up,
disservice.
figure this shit out, huh?
So you be doing them a disservice if you did.
Exactly. That's the whole point, and that's really just how I've been raising them this entire time. And maybe one day I'll have them on the show, and they'll be able to tell you themselves, like, the way I've been trying to raise them is like not so much just tough love, because I gave them a lot of tough love, but as fathers, sometimes we forget that we got to balance that shit out. We gotta give them the tough love, but then we gotta show them that we actually do love them and care about them. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was something I struggled with. That was something I didn't really get a hold of until maybe about 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I was just, the nickname in the family, they used to call me drill sergeant because I had my kids in line. Like, my boys would be in line. They would go out, like they would be with my grandma, or they would go to other family members' house, and they'd be well behaved. They'd be more behaved than the other kids. And be like, damn, why they so well behaved? And it's like, yeah, because of his hard ass, because of this motherfucker. He be always constantly on them and it's like, yeah, I was disciplining them. And when I say discipline, don't.
That's the main word right there.
Yeah.
Discipline.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't even have that.
Yeah.
And that's essential.
It is.
Discipline is essential. I've said this on this show a million times. A man that don't have no control, he out of control.
Yep.
And it's all come from discipline.
That's true.
And women, like you said, they mama, they have a different relationship with their mama than they have with you. And that's natural, because this is how you make a well-balanced person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They go out there, they gonna know how to talk to people and treat people. That's what their mama teach them how to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You teach them manners.
Yeah.
That's what she does. You teach them discipline. This is how you stay be yourself. Stand on your word. Talk.
Yep.
Put your chest up. Put your shoulders back. And
what
talk.
you say.
You know what I mean? And keep your word. And stay grinding, even if it hurt, and keep a level head, even in adversity. This is what you teach.
That's the hard, that right there. That's the hard part, even for me, staying level headed when I'm dealing with shit, because my mind might stray off to the deep end, and I do have moments where my thoughts might get away from me, because I'm a thinker. I'm an observer and I'm a thinker. And close people, they've told me I overthink shit. I've overthink situations, and it's like, because I'm looking at every possible scenario, every variable, everything that could go right, everything that could go wrong. I'm going over all this shit.
I know.
Like, I need to know every angle.
I know all about that.
I'm very meticulous when it comes to that shit. I need to know every angle.
I think I sharpened my skill at that over the years. Because as a kid, I learned that early on.
Yeah.
I just was I felt like I was in a situation. I just was like, hey man, just gotta be calm, man, be cool, and work it out and find a way out. It always work out.
Yeah.
It always work out.
And my rationale behind it too is, and I told my sons this, I said, like, I don't like being caught off guard. I don't like being caught off guard by stuff. This is why I try to stay very aware of things going on around me, because I don't necessarily react rationally when I'm caught off guard to things. That's why it's like, no, I try to keep my.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that when it comes to life.
No, life been lifing. Okay, it's been doing that lately. But most things I can kind of foresee, but it's like those things that come completely out of left field, them bitches hit like a doozy. It's like,
it do.
And it take a little time for me to recover from those, because I'm like, I do so much preparing and so much prepping and try to account for everything that could possibly go wrong, and then when something happened that I couldn't think of, and it just be like, I'll be kind of stuck for a minute until I recalibrate and get back into my zone. I'm like, man,
I feel you 100%, because me and my family, we got in a situation where it took us years to bounce back.
Yeah.
It took years, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about stress. I was stressed the fuck out. It was affecting my health.
Yeah.
Everything. That's why I was like, man, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep on stressing out and doing all that. At that time, I was thinking all kind of shit. I'm like, except for offing myself, I wasn't thinking about that. But I would think about, hustling
licks
or
and
something.
yeah, I've been there too.
I know.
Look, man, I
Yeah.
got family that
Yeah.
do a little something. I even
Yeah.
asked, like, oh, how you get into this? How you do this? And called me. I never got that call back, which was good for me.
Thankfully,
But
right.
yeah, but I've been there, and it's tough, and it'll wear you out.
I think this is the most personal we've been on the show in years, man.
I mean, I think every other, across all the episodes we did, I share little stuff.
I mean,
Share little stuff.
Yeah.
I know I
it
do
comes out.
because
It comes out.
I want people.
Yeah.
I know that it's gonna reach somebody. I just want to help somebody and let them know.
Yeah.
Man, I
Who's
understand.
going through it now? Yeah.
I understand it. I feel it. I know what it
Yeah.
smell like to a T. I know what it feel like.
Yeah.
I know the thoughts.
Yeah.
I how they could be intrusive. It's hard to stop them. Like I know what all that feel like. I know what all that feel like, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm here to tell you, you can pass that shit, bro. You just gotta know that it's just some things that's out your control. You can't do nothing about them things. And
most things.
Yeah, it's a lot of things, but the power is, what's in your control.
Yeah.
Do what's in your control. And shit. And, I know some people don't believe in faith. It just happened to work for me. You know what I mean? Like I had to have faith and believe in something higher than myself.
Yeah.
That's part of where the strength comes from.
Yeah, I don't talk about that much on mic, but yeah, I I'm not an atheist at all. I'm not religious, but I have a strong belief in God. People want to call it the universe and be all tied into spirituality. No, mine's is in God. I believe in God, the entity. There's been too many situations where God then came through for me. So that when you spoke of faith, that resonated with me because I'm like, I've always had faith. And truth be told, I know my OG she been watching out for me all these years, and I'm talking about watching out for me with prayer. Because I know she's been saying prayers for me, and I know that's been going a long way, and I'm very appreciative of it because there ain't no way I should have made it out of certain situations if it wasn't for that. And that's there ain't nobody gonna be able to tell me otherwise. You can put a gun to my head right now and tell me to disbelieve, and I'm not. It's like, you know what? If this is the end, so be it. But you're not gonna change what I've experienced in my life. And I guess a lot of people might not get a chance to experience it, so they don't know what faith is. And for whatever reason, God work in mysterious ways. I can't attest to no. That's above my pay grade. So I don't know. But I just know for me, come from a religious family, religious background. I just so happen to not be religious, but I have a strong belief in God. And people's like, well, talking the way you talk, you believe in God? Yes, because these are just words. These are just words in a made up language. Everything we speaking is made up. So fuck is a made up cuss word. Word is a made up word.
See,
it's all made up.
When people start getting there, they start getting into they start getting into not faith. They start getting into religion. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Like man, I don't care what you call that shit, dog. Like it don't matter none of that. I have a relationship with the source. No matter what you call it. Or him, or you want to call it her, or whatever. I call it something else. I'm not going to go into that because people like to go back and forth about that type of stuff, and I'm not the one. But I got a relationship with my creator. And I got faith in my creator. My creator brought me through a lot of stuff. I pray about stuff. I get through it. That helps. It helped me. If you don't believe in nothing else, if you don't believe in God, you gotta believe in something.
Yeah.
Even if it's yourself.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add to this, Hirsch, or we're gonna move on to the final parts of the show?
No, I think we can move on.
All right. So head towards the end. The question of the day: Are we too materialistic as a society?
Yes.
Yes, I agree.
Is that a hit or miss?
No,
No,
it's just a question.
Just
If
a
it
question.
was, it'd be a hit.
Right.
Yeah, if it was, it'd be a hit.
3 hits.
You know what? For the hell of it. You know what? Oh, damn. It ain't work.
It wasn't meant
Damn
to
it.
be. Oh, there it go.
There you go.
There you go. It's absolutely a hit. Consumerism is off the chain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
Especially,
I mean, think about it. They sell you a cell phone. Like, first of all, they don't even build things to last a long time for the simple fact they want to keep iterating
Yeah,
the
keep you
same
coming
product
back.
with new features.
yeah. Yeah.
The reason they sell your iPhone, the new one about to come out, now the old one gets slowing down.
Mhm.
They want you to buy another one. You know what I
I've been
mean?
saying that for years.
Like, reason why, you could buy a pair of J's and they got more coming out. They got them in different colorways. They selling you the same shoe in different colorway, but
Yeah.
they sell it under this guise that you need this new colorway, so you getting this new colorway. So we buy a whole lot of stuff. We can't afford it.
You don't need
You don't need it.
If you collect dust,
Yep.
you know what I mean? They keep on making new stuff. For what? It ain't nothing but to make money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where's all this? We got a whole bunch of pollution going on and shit all in the ocean. There's an island worth of garbage out there in the ocean.
Yeah.
That right there is a sure sign that it's too materialistic.
That's depressing as hell.
It is.
No, I mean, you said it all. I mean, shit, ain't really much I can add to it because it's
The
like
stuff is this. How depressing it is. The stuff is the Band-Aid that we keep putting on
More
to
and more.
fill that hole.
it's like they keep making these Band-Aids with not enough sticky shit to stick on the adhesive.
Yeah.
We making these oh, this one's gonna stick to you this time. Oh no, it didn't. Okay, try this new one.
You know what's
The thing
crazy?
is, the longer.
You know what's crazy?
What's up?
They make a whole bunch of cars. I seen this. They made a whole bunch of cars and they just be sitting in a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've seen that too.
Nobody.
They don't. It's so many people who need a car.
Yep.
What they doing with all these cars? They just gonna sit there? What they doing with them?
Mm-hmm.
Losing money.
You could be giving cars to people who need them. They
So
don't do it.
The longer you live, the more you realize like the amount of shit we really don't need to be happy and to be, sustained.
Yeah.
It's like you can meet somebody on the street with a push cart, and you know what I'm saying? They happy as hell. No
Happy as
worries,
hell.
no. You know what I'm saying? While we over here stressing, trying to work, trying to get up, fucking crack a dawn, and
It's almost
drive
like the
through
less you
traffic.
have, the less you have, the happier you are.
Right.
Well, we've been conditioned. We just
Some
conditioned.
people figured out right. We've been conditioned.
Conditioned and feel like we need these things.
Yeah.
And it's
Because of
just
advertising and marketing and, hey, don't you need this shiny new thing? Hey, yeah, come on and buy this.
And see, I conveniently never stops. There's always something. They can
That
always
word.
make it better.
That word, convenient. Listen, that's the number one selling thing. The things that sell the most is conveniency.
Yeah.
Well,
it's the reason we give. What you say, Hirsch?
I was gonna say we moved the button from this side to that side, so now you don't have to move your finger 2 more inches. So
whoa, check this out.
Give me $300 more.
We renting shit. Think of we buying shit all because of convenience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're always renting shit because we don't live forever anyway. So everything you buy is renting.
Yeah. This shit gonna be sitting around. You're gonna be gone.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, people don't look at it that way, but it's true.
I mean, Egyptians is the biggest lesson ever, man. They got pyramids and everything sitting over there.
They thought they was going with them.
If them white people didn't go over there and loot their gold,
took it off.
I mean, them savages even took it off the dead bodies. I mean,
them ain't even the real Egyptians, but we ain't gonna get into all that.
I mean, just to even think that you can go in somebody's crib and take their jewels off of them, it's like bananas, though. Like, you won't need this anymore. Like,
they really don't.
I mean, they really don't.
Though.
I mean,
but it ain't for you, though.
Right? Exactly.
Where the decency at? Like,
right?
Like, no, ain't nothing.
I mean, it messes up relationships.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to the final part of the show. What's y'all hot take of the week? And I'm gonna go first, just to give y'all some time to think about y'all's. My hot take of the week is, if World War III is going to happen, it's going to happen, and it's out of your control. Unless you are one of the button pushers in Washington, just sit back and watch the end. Oh, I know that sounds depressing. I've got kids. I have family. I have a lot that is invested in living. I am very much heavily invested in this thing we call life. But as we just discussed, there are things that we cannot control. And all we can do is thank our lucky stars for every day we live and breathe. Enjoy every day you have, because what they do at the top of these governments around the world will only affect you in one or two ways. Either it's going to help you or it's going to hurt you. So stressing about who shot what missile where and who did this and who did that, I just watch the news to observe, so I at least know what's going on. That's it. So you shouldn't panic about World War III. You know, believe in something higher than yourself. And that's where I'm going to end it. That's my take.
The only thing I got to take. That's new.
Okay.
That's new for me. I guess my take is all I got to take.
Hot take. Just trying to think of a hot take.
Now y'all know we do the show every week. You know at the end it's gonna be one.
I didn't think about it. I mean, I got one by my job, but I ain't gonna bash them.
Oh no, okay, yeah, I wouldn't want you to do that.
So, that's why I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah. Don't want to get nobody putting hot water about. No, I don't blame you. No. You ain't got one either, Hirsch? This nigga hot take is, Nala, stop shitting on the floor.
Nala, get your ass here, girl.
She conveniently scratching at the door right now, trying to get in here. Y'all done brought her up.
Oh man.
Nah, I gotta do some work with Malay, because they got scrubbed yesterday. Like 30-2. Like they couldn't even get it across the It's a little white girl. She had 33. She was like Larry Bird out there. I was like, damn.
They said pass it to her. Don't do nothing but pass.
That's my hot take. I gotta get her in the gym.
Yeah, you gotta
you know, it's only so much you can do, man. You know, if I was down there, I'd be able to help her a lot more. Right. But you know, it's okay. It's only so much you can do. You know,
we don't want to take her. We don't want her to degress. We want to make her better.
Well, right? I mean, that's why you probably should teach her. You know. You want her to get better, so you know.
That was slick,
man. Uncle 17 can help. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I beat your pop, so I mean, you can't really learn nothing from him. You know. So
man, I wish y'all was here, man. You know, my mom, she's real good. She's real good with that teaching. I know she was teaching me when I was playing ball.
Yeah, that's what's up.
All right, well. Those of our hot takes of the week, and geez, this is gonna be a long episode. I already see it, but it's fine.
We damn near
So,
got 2 50-minute episodes, right?
Yeah.
I know.
You can put them out
Glued them into one.
separately.
Oh man. Anyhow, thanks for watching. If you watched this long, thanks for watching us. Probably should have mentioned it at the beginning of the show. Probably have to do that going forward.
Yeah.
Please like, comment, and subscribe. We would really appreciate it.
Yes.
Helping us grow the show. We should be here next.
What is this guy? He taunting Nyla.
Oh my God. Why are you taunting her? Oh my God. Anyhow, we should be here next week. But if not, well, we'll probably release a video on YouTube. But yeah, we'll see. We'll try because it's a holiday and people are probably doing things with their family, and we'll see how it works out. So,
I think we should.
But if not,
because people are gonna be working and they got free time and they be able to sit down and listen to stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be available, but I mean, I don't know y'all's schedule, so yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it work out. Yeah. But anyway, we'll see y'all possibly next week, but if not, definitely the week after. And so, y'all just be safe out there, and we'll see y'all next time.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Peace.